Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to the illustrious patio here at our bar at 610 Florida Street. If you haven't heard, tonight they are matching once again 5% of all their sales from tonight will be going to the charity fund for KVKL this year. So a big thank you to Brian and everyone involved for making that happen. We're going to jump into week 4 preview, try 2.
Yeah.
I think, that'll be it. To my left, as always, the somewhat tame Jason Cougar Huang.
One of these persons not like the other. One of these persons does not belong here. Clearly.
To his left,
Is that you?
in a nice nod to our fallen king, the Iron Sheik, we're welcoming Bryson, the pencil has eraser because it makes mistakes, Stricker the second.
Well done, Sean. Well done.
To his left, Ben Hutnick.
Cougar, what starts with a P, ends in an orn, and is a major player in the film industry?
Plorn.
Popcorn, you fucking pervert.
Jesus. Cougar, where's your mind?
Not here. Not
And
here.
last but definitely not least, to his left, Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Hello.
So I had some great recaps. Didn't matter what the scores were going to be for this week, but we're going to pocket those for week 9. We're going to go in. Thank you also to our sponsor tonight, Our Bar. If you're looking, Our Bar,
let's fucking go!
If you're looking for a kickball pregame party before your next 2 games, Our Bar will have live music on the patio the next 2 Saturday nights. Carswell and Hope are going to be playing this Saturday the 17th, and Dirty Bourbon Band will be playing on the 24th. Music starts both Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Come party on the patio at Our Bar. So this Saturday after the Kifa clinic, come on down here, grab some food, some drinks, and check out Carswell and Hope. So, Cougar, let's get into a look. We've got a preview for this week. Everyone's favorite and or least favorite week of the year, Grass Week.
Fuck grass.
My knees agree.
I just want to extend a quick thank you to the board for letting us play at Hobbs this week.
No undue injuries are needed for the Red Lion.
That's what they call the legacy gift.
Yeah, the young teams deserve to play on
I
grass.
also was looking at the schedule and comparing it to last year, and this is an odd week in that we got grass games, and like fully half of the games are teams that haven't played in at least a year.
Yeah. A lot of new matchups, some old head-to-heads coming back. Broken Arrow Park at 5 p.m. We've got the Bald Beavers at the Rockets. Cougar, we're leading right off the bat with a pick'em game here. It's the spread.
And it's a spread, yeah. Who wants to start this? Why not you, Bryson?
I have seen one of these teams play, and my team beat them by a lot of runs. I think Ball Beavers is a better team, right? Right?
One would assume.
On paper.
Yeah. And I'm very anti-hate fucking, so I'm going to choose the Ball Beavers by 6 to get revenge on the Rockets for their 42-1 bloodbath they had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, turnabout is foreplay. I've got Ball Beavers by 12.
Ooh.
You're going 12 again? You said Jazz House by 12 over 23rd Street Brewery.
Well, if I keep on guessing 12, I'm bound to be right sometime.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so I've played Bald Beavers and I've refed their games. I have not seen Rockets this year, but just from what I've seen with Beavers, I'm just going to say Rockets.
By how many runs?
2?
2. Rockets by
Make it kinda
2.
close.
Okay. It's my old teammates, Ball Beavers. I love them all.
The good Cougars.
The good Cougars, yes. The South Korea Cougars, yes. No, it's true. We're the evil Cougars. You know we are. That's true. So.
Naughty Cougars.
Naughty Cougars,
Don't
North
short
Korea.
sell
Just to
yourself.
quickly interject, Kuru was talking about how we have 3 degenerates up here. I'm pretty sure Bryson is checking gambling scores.
Yeah. Live odds are changing.
I gotta go with my old teammates. Let's say by 5. By 5. That's all.
Yeah. I don't think the Bald Beavers from Week 1 are going to be the same team playing the Rockets. Beavers by 9.
9. All right, so, yeah, Reese, are you the outlier?
Do I win something here?
The Saxfrash being right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saxfrash being right. There you go.
Broken Arrow Park at 7 p.m. Poshwash at the Corksuckers. I just know that it's on dirt.
Nice. Yeah.
Never
Yay.
happened, Sean. Never happened.
Yeah.
A boy can dream. You
Yeah.
never
Hey,
know.
I would just say, Broken Arrow, Poshwash, great history. Now our bar, the old team, was 48-2 when they Jayhawk CrossFit
Yeah.
4 years ago. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Still impressive, 48-2. My gosh.
That's no.
I think the question isn't who's going to win, but how mean is Corksuckers?
I mean, we're pretty nice. We're nice people.
Well, the rest of your team is.
We're grading on a curve, okay? There's a collective we here. Everyone else weighs it back up.
Sure.
Broken Arrow Park Small Dirt. So some more benefactors here. Free State at Rick's Rollers.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Jeff,
boy.
do you have any insight into this game?
Mr. Moore?
So I guess what I'll say is that, I mean, if we play like we have been 2 out of 3 weeks, we're going to win this. If we play like we did against Red Lion, then maybe Free State will get like really close to us.
Here's Mr. Moore.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. We're actually going to be, I know this is never a good excuse, but we'll be out three guys this week. So I have to pick up 2 street guys. So we'll see how that goes.
And remember, Free State, they play really good defense, but the one thing they struggle, scoring runs. So if you play tight D on Free State, you got a good chance.
Yeah, but you might be -3 guys, but you're not -3 men, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And I heard a rumor. I haven't been able to confirm this personally, but I heard the Free State gets mad. I know it's like breaking news last week.
So I would like to interject since we're talking about people being mean, apparently, allegedly.
Yes.
I am going to go out on a limb here and say this will be the loudest game of the week.
And no one will be able to hear it because nobody will be at Broken Arrow Park.
You think? There'd be people around there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeff, Marisa and Jeff, my advice to you is to let them get mad and be calm the entire time.
I mean, that sort of worked with the Tropics against the Free State 2 weeks ago, right, Ryan? I don't know.
Yeah, you can never tell. If
was
Seth was
kinda-
here, he would say the madder they get, the better they play. I kind of feel like sometimes that's the case, sometimes that's not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Broken Arrow Park Small Dirt at 7 p.m. Sod Squad at Jazz House.
Sod Squad by 1 million.
Saw Squad by 1
They
million?
own Jazz House. That's a fun fact. They own Jazz House. I think they've beaten them like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Sod Squad. all day.
Commissioner Likely, care to interject? Care to rebut?
I just like how Bryson still rides for his old team.
She said how.
It's not about the team. It's all about my boy Ben. I'll ride or
You
die.
and Ben, I know. You guys,
Ride or
you and
die.
Ben, ride or die.
But yeah.
That's Ben, I know. Not this Ben. Sorry, Ben.
I'm going the other way because Sod Squad is not playing on grass. Which, if they
Small
had,
Dirt.
they had been, that would have been like a shoe-in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I will say I don't think Anthony makes the 7:00 games though, so I think this could be pretty close.
He doesn't make any 7 o'clock games. Only 5 o'clock.
It doesn't make any
Oh, no
sense.
games. Okay, never mind. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I also, no, actually it wasn't Jazz House that, you have the tie-dye, right? Okay, I have not seen you guys play, so I have no idea. But I do want to watch Sod Squad because I know that they're in our division and I want to watch them. So hopefully they're both at to par and there isn't any excuses of we had too many or not enough or, not enough, what'd you say, men on the team?
I said you guys were going to be 3 guys short, but not 3 men short.
3 men short, yeah.
Ben is still short and trying to be a man, so.
That's not nice.
Well, I may be short, but I am a man.
Yes, that is true. Broken Arrow Park, grass. 5 p.m. Scoonies at Asteroid Head.
Well, Scoonies got their first win this season against Empire last week, so
Maybe their last.
maybe they're. Oh, jeez, why you got mean to Donnelly's team? Why you got mean to them?
I'm not mean.
Yeah. Can we get a verbal visual diagram here? When I looked at this again, I was like, there's 3 fields at Broken Arrow? Where's the grass field?
On the other side of the...
On the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
On the north
Up
side.
over on the
Yeah.
north
Have we
side.
ever used that?
Yes.
It's been years. It's been years, Ben. Years ago, yeah.
It's a long time.
I have one small interjection about grass fields. I played in the league. This is my 6th season. I've never played on grass.
It's awful.
I have literally missed. It's got rained out twice. And
I
then
wouldn't say you missed
and my
anything.
team has now played Game of the Week twice on grass weeks against Lawrence Shirt Factory. And we lost. I don't want to talk about that, though.
It's interesting that you said that because one of the potential discussion questions is who's going to complain the most on Monday about the
Tropics.
grass field game.
Tropics.
And if Post House was playing on grass, I would absolutely say Post House.
All right, Ryan, challenge is not. We got to complain more. There you go. Now we got to complain more still.
Aaron says that Post House has all the grass. Hit him up.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Broken Arrow Park, grass at 7 p.m. Dumbbells at the Ghost. Did not make the cut.
I want it to be a pick'em game, but y'all think that ghosts are going to basically run laps around dumbbells. Y'all think that, right?
I wouldn't say laps.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
I'll
say
laugh.
laps, but I mean, if we're putting bulletin board material out there, Junior, then we need to get. I said Ghost by 10. Just saying.
Because they put 10 people in the lineup, or...
Oh, that's not nice. Although it's true about dumbbells.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
that's
not.
true.
It's an exercise. It's an exercise, and we got to have opposite picks here, Cougar. Who would you pick in that game?
Yeah.
No, I bet ghosts, but a close game, not by 10 or 12 or
That's
anything like
fine,
that.
but the problem is, I think we'd all pick Ghosts.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bryce.
The Ghosts haven't won still since they talked shit to KTC. So it's a curse. Speaking from experience, it's a curse. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Is that why you were so nice to Johnny's on the podcast last week?
Oh, no.
And look what happened. It got rained out. You didn't
Lions East at 5 p.m.
Speaking of Johnny's.
Global Cafe at Johnny's. One of the unofficial hot picks for my game of the weeks. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch.
Spicy.
Yeah. I will say that it's good on Johnny's to finally have a good start to the season. Last year was a struggle, and finished season 4-6, and a much better. Of course, they beat Honey Badgers 2 weeks ago, but this should be a really good matchup against Global Cafe. Really good, and we'll have a discussion question involving Johnny's, later on, during the podcast. But I like it. Yeah.
I think this is going to be a good game, but I still think there's levels to it, as I've always said over the years, and I think Global's above Johnny's. I mean, respectfully, I think that you guys were going to see Johnny's get put back to earth last week. Unfortunately, the rain got in the way. Johnny's a good team. I think they're the 4th best team, our 5th best team in the league. But my take is they were down 8-0 to the Badgers, 4-0, 6-0.
They were down 4 and then dropped 8.
Dude, it's down 6. That's 15 against Global. That's just you. Yeah, but that's against the Badgers, who aren't. Half as good as Global. Respectfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that stuff against Global, you're down 8,
I feel
9.
that.
You're not even going to get close to putting up that many. So I don't know. I think it's going to be Global by 5+ at least.
Yeah, I do, like you said, there are levels to it, and I think this could be a game that's either 5 or 15. There's no real in between, but either way, it leans hard in favor of Global.
Yeah.
Lions East.
Wait, who was Global supposed to play last week?
Who's Post House?
Post House?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Wait, last week?
Was it
Harpies. It was
Was it
Harpies.
Harpies?
Harpies,
Okay,
yeah.
See, so my thought is this is just bad luck for Johnny's.
Yeah.
'Cause if Global had actually played a competitive team sometime in the first three or 4 weeks, then this might have been a better game. But I think Global has just been waiting to unload on somebody, and they haven't really had to roll it out and do it. So I kind of feel like I'm with you, Bryson. I think it's 5+.
Will Shane and Michael be there? Because they weren't there last week. Hopefully they're there.
So I think that Global is going to do what KTC did to Muddy last year, and just going to.
What, 6-0?
Yeah, they're gonna solve them.
All right. Uh-oh. There's Cal. I don't think she takes umbrage to that. Hi, Cal. So. And, of course, that's Johnny's biggest fan. That's Cal.
Yeah, Cal is confidently quiet.
I'm so kidding. Cal hates Johnny's. We all know that.
No, it's
so
Johnny's
true.
is her favorite team.
They did forfeit last year for no reason.
Besides late fees.
Oh, boy. Hi, Cal.
Hey, I just got here. What did I miss?
We're talking about your most hated team, Johnny. That's all.
Everybody
Global
up here
Cafe.
picked Johnny's to beat you guys.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No, it's not true. Don't listen to them. No.
No, I think Johnny's like. The last time I had the microphone right here, I said Jess is a great pickup. She's not the pickup of the off season because Johnny's has Ryan Gutierrez and Zach. And Zach has to like try to not kick it over the fucking fence.
We try not to.
Nasty. Respect. Yeah, no, they're going to be good. It's going to be a good game. I hope that they don't forfeit. That's all I'm going to say.
She's on Fight Out later this season. It's fine.
Get him.
Okay. Johnny's, though. Very good. Very good.
They all mentioned that it's going to be finally like a team that's competitive.
Johnny's good.
Global better?
Global better.
There
Johnny's
you go.
good as dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Lions East at 7 p.m. 23rd Street Screamers at the late fees.
Before we talk about this, it's a quick discussion question. 23rd Street, over under, third best record in the league this year by the end of the year.
Under.
I'm saying over. They will have the
What?
second best. They'll be tied for second best record by the end
What?
of the year.
Let me look at their
100%.
schedule. Hold on. Mr.
100%.
Strickland, let me look at their schedule.
They don't
You ready?
play anybody
Hold
again.
on. Here's the rest of the schedule. May I, please? All right.
talk.
So here's the schedule. They have late fees, corksuckers, dumbbells, R-bar. Let's fucking go. Harpies. Okay, there's an issue problem. And ball beavers.
That's one loss.
2.
Who's the second one?
I'm putting them down.
R-bar. Let's fucking
Corksuckers.
go. Hi, Clay. I disagree, but thanks for the enthusiasm. So.
I'm putting them down to corksuckers too.
Corksuckers, I agree.
See 2 losses.
2 losses, yeah.
So here's the issue here is that 23rd Street's in that really hard spot where they're not playing a top 10 team ever. So they're always playing
happened
low,
last
so they
year.
make sure.
Did you
Just
say
like last
really
year.
hard spot or really
No, like in a really
easy spot?
They're in a difficult spot between like 1 or 2 could make them be like a really good team, or like
Yeah.
they're playing really good teams. They get like maybe one of those. Whereas, I would say that they
I think
probably
they're
would
gonna
be
lose
in
one
an
game.
over.
Did you say top 3 record?
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
Tied for top 3?
well, I mean, I
He
think
said
they're going to
top-
be clear
tied for
second.
second best.
I think KTC is going to go undefeated, and they're going to be 9-1.
Oh.
Yeah, but
That's another
what
hot
if
take.
Global and Post House both go?
I mean, one of us will be 9-1 as well, so we'll be tied for second.
Okay.
By the way, if it matters, the preseason, they had literally middle of the road as far as preseason strength of schedule, 18th, 30-16. So they're right in the middle of the road.
I think
Yeah,
if you're
we're
saying
thinking.
third best record and at least tied for third best record, then I think it's absolutely.
Well, I'm saying top 3. So if you have a second place tie and they aren't in it, then they wouldn't be top 3.
Yeah.
They
I
would be
think, I think
fourth.
that's still a good bet.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he said way under.
I wouldn't say way under, but I wouldn't take.
I can't believe you think they're going to lose. I don't know how they've gotten an easy schedule again.
I hear bet brewing here.
I'm not a blame.
Put your money on the table, boys.
I'm not a blame the board guy. But I would like. It's not the board's fault, obviously. But like, how did they get an easy schedule again? Like, honestly,
I just said it.
No, I'm not blaming the
Who
board.
plays for the
like
Screamers? Somebody
is going to get an easy schedule.
All
That's
I-
always
all I
going to
heard-
happen.
We should ask Mr. Shipley how that
Yeah,
happened.
all I heard
don't
was
know.
David
Yeah,
on
that's
the
a-
board and he set the schedule up.
That's
I have
actually a
better
good take.
input.
That's a really good take. But like, it's just crazy at the same time. Like, somebody's always going to get get in a situation where their schedule is way easier than it should be. It's always going to happen. You can't. It's impossible to fix that. But how has the same team gotten that? That's my question.
I wouldn't say that they didn't get it last year. That was
last
that
year
was
they did
dumbbells.
They're 8-2.
That
Wait, last year, hold on.
Yeah, but they actually have harder games this year. It's just that they have already won the games that you wondered about. So if you look at the schedule from last year, they were properly matched. If you look at the schedule from this year coming in, they were properly matched. They just have continued to improve.
Hey, real quickly, if I may, last year I was in the schedule for 23rd Street Brewery. They did have the worst strength of schedule. It's like 289. Only went under 300, which is crazy. And like this year, a preseason SOS, middle of the road 18th at 36th, if that's worth anything.
That's about right. Isn't that what their preseason rank was?
That's kind of about averages it
But
out
like,
too.
you're right. Last year, their strength of schedule was absolute dog shit at 289. Which
Also,
is
you
awful.
can't come at Shipley because he's got all the produce. He'll fucking throw it at you, and then his
Yeah.
wife will lock you up.
Okay, so something else is that I heard that Aaron Geiger is also going to be in town this weekend, so that could be.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Definitely breaking
Screamers!
news. She's not only going to be in town this weekend, but she's also going to be back broadcasting Game of the Week.
She will.
Yeah, we might be-
She's back. Yep.
We might be underrating this as the loudest game of the week. Then.
Oh yeah.
Lions West at 5 p.m. Young Spine at Headquarters Ringers.
Oh, God bless
This
you,
ain't the
Ringers.
week.
This ain't the week.
This ain't the week. I'd love for it to be, but
No.
this is
Later
not
this
the week.
later this season will be for the Ringers, but we'll see. But not Young Spine. No.
No. Lions West at 7 p.m. Bunt and Grind at Empire.
No.
So Anna's here. I know she's going to come talk about the game here for a second.
Anna,
She's on her way up right now.
You want to talk about it? Hey, cuz.
Yeah,
By
button
the
grind
way,
has always been button grind.
My distant cousin Anna. Well, we're Korean. No, whatever. What's up, cuz?
Koreans rule.
Koreans rule. Yes, absolutely.
I don't have much. We have a lot on the injured reserve list.
Really?
Oh, yeah, into the mic. Sorry.
You have
We've got
injuries?
some injuries.
Oh, jeez.
From a couple weeks ago. Hopefully, we'll be back this week. We were definitely going to put people on the bench for against the Ghosts last week, but hopefully they'll be back this week. So we'll see. We'll be ready.
That's what I
We
like
know
to
you,
hear.
Willie.
Yeah.
You tough
I'm not
BNG.
going to do the Empire by 20.
Oh, yeah, that. God bless you, Arvel.
Not
We
this
love you,
week.
Arvel.
Yeah.
Fellow Man United fan. Love you.
Arvel is going to the Cardinals game.
He did message me, and he said that since he'll be gone, Empire by 19. Don't shoot the messenger.
I love
Just
you,
put it
Arvel.
on the bulletin
Oh,
board.
Arvel, I love his spirit.
Oh, I love Arvel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be a good fun game
Yeah, it'll be fun.
for everybody
Yeah,
involved.
we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm going to be out of town against Headquarter Ringers
What?
next weekend. And
Hey,
Oh.
I said today's
I'm
not the
not-
week. Now I've got the inside beat.
I
Next
know.
week's the week.
Oh, no.
Although, so Gianna, my other teammate, is also going to be gone too.
Jesus.
But they're
Scouting
going to
report.
live record it for us. So,
I hope those
no.
injuries are fine.
Rosa is my co-captain,
Yeah.
and she is going to make sure everything is all
Oh, yeah,
good.
Rosa's great. Oh, yeah, Rosa's
she's
great.
awesome. I have full faith. They're going to live stream it, so it's
I just hope
gonna be great.
your fellow teammates will be healthy enough for the headquarters Ringers besides BNG.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
we may have
Why?
to bench some people this week
Yeah.
just to make sure we're healthy.
Sure,
for that
of
one.
course. For the match, so. Oh, dang.
It's going to be fine. It's
Sure.
going to be great.
It's called load
Yeah.
management, and if you don't like it,
Oh,
go
my
watch
God.
the
Load-
NHL.
NBA.
No, the NBA load manages all over your face.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Spend $650 to go see Steph sit on the bench. Suckers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad Perry Park West at 5 p.m. Soda Jerks at 3X's. Bryson,
Derek,
you got any
how's
dirty
the team
takes?
looking this year, man?
Mr. Davis.
Derek's
50-50.
Derek's coming up here. He says there's a 50% chance he has enough ladies to play.
Yeah, that's honestly that's a consistent problem though. So like I don't think that's a hindrance to their team. 2-1.
The Jerks
Who'd you
are-
lose to? Oh, Jesus.
Armbar! Let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
Dude.
610 Florida Street.
Go, plays here.
Plays here. 610 Florida Street.
Honest question. I'm a big Triple X guy. I like Sam. I like Emberly. I like Thomas. What the hell happened to that team, man? That is like genuinely, in my opinion, one of the biggest downfalls I've seen in my 6 years. Like, because I remember
Dumbbells is worse. Dumbbells is worse.
I don't. Well, like when I was on Good Neighbors, you guys remember that season we finished in the threes. We almost lost them. We went like 17 innings with them. I was picking up people off the side of the street to play, and like they were good. Like 2 years ago.
Cougars working on a 30 for 30.
I know that Bryson's favorite show is Gossip Girl, but some of that information about what happened to Triple X is not podcast talk. It's a
Sidebar talk.
Go piss girl. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That maybe makes some more sense. But yeah, no, that fall apart's kind of brutal. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, Derek said you what?
We're going to beat them. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Thomas
So,
and Co.
3-1.
Whoever's joining.
3-1, yeah.
I want to put them in the dirt.
Put them in the dirt.
We playing on grass. I love grass, and I know they got a bunch of young kids who
You love
probably
grass?
don't. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck that shit.
I get I'm high as a kite on grass, bro.
Oh, we're talking. Oh, God damn it, Derek.
I'm going to start blowing.
They're
some
all a
in your
young
ear,
team who
Cougar,
doesn't like
you're a
or
little
play
kitten.
on grass, so I don't think they're going to be as confident.
Great.
When it's Triple X, it's a different kind of load management.
Really? What's the over under me shaking my head? Now 6.
You've already hit the over.
16 and a half already?
Close.
Kicker, I wanted to stick
You
you into
knocked
that
out
load
5 on
management
the
comment.
intro,
I just couldn't
Moss.
figure
What's
out. I wanted to stick you into the load management comment. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. Look, I called it last week. So did Jerks every other week. They're losing this one. Sorry, Derek.
Oh, my gosh.
Dad Perry Park West at 7 p.m. John Denver at the Red Legs.
It's a pick'em game.
Pick 'em.
Who wants to go first? Marisa.
Okay, so this field really sucks because it has that huge drop off on the side ledge, and there aren't any last time we played there, I've played every single grass game, even though we're like the first ones. They were like, no, we don't want grass games. We always got them every single year. So kudos to Jeff for getting us not on grass. But so JDE and Red Legs. Which one yells more is going to be the question of who actually implodes
Free
on
State.
themselves.
No, it's not.
No.
Free throw. Stop.
Seth's bringing the crew to get loud.
I think that
Here we
JDE might. I think that JDE might actually be able to keep composure a little bit better and defense a little bit tighter. But
So who are you picking,
it'll be
Marisa?
close. I'm going to say JDE.
JDE.
It's going to be really.
No run sig. They're fine.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Who's next?
This is a tough game to call because it's like a very open venue.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be a Josh bomb in here that could keep it close. I feel like Red Legs has the better legs overall. Defense is pretty close. I feel like maybe this is just like a 1 or 2 run game with the Josh bomb making the difference. Because
JDE.
it's fucking tough to chase shit out there in the weird outfield with no fences. It just fucks up your perspective.
I mean, the real question is on grass, do you see an Avery bunt?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Bryson?
Didn't Red Legs lose their last game?
5-2 to Sure Factory, yes.
And
5-3.
I mean, that's surprising, isn't it? Like, given what happened.
No, they lost twice to Sure Factory last year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about last year.
Still.
But JDE got their ass kicked week 1, obviously, by yours truly. And Red Legs, game of the
Avery
week.
and Josh weren't there.
Game of the week 2, I think Red Legs looked pretty damn good. And mind you, they weren't playing a great team, but they looked pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think my mental perception is that Red Legs is the better team here, but like, it makes me also think at the same time if they're losing to Shirt Factory, they're probably not ready to beat JDE. That's kind of my take there. So I think I'm going to lean JD. Do I have to pick a spread here or no?
No spread.
Good.
No spread.
JD.
JD, okay. Go, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the way JD played at Game of the Week against the Harpies, I think it's really hard to judge. This like you said, like Ben said, the venue is going to be really odd, and it's either going to play for a really, really tight game, or it's going to be a game that there's going to be 1 or 2 errors that lead to like 3 or 4 runs.
This is a runner-up
So,
for the which
yeah.
team is going to be complaining most loudly.
Yeah. Based on what I've seen, I'm going to go John Denver.
Well, I guess I'll have to be the outlier. Red Lakes it is. I need to come back.
You need all the help you can get.
I know I do.
That's a close matchup, man. That's a
I'm
good
4
spot
and
to be an
5.
outlier.
Remember, I'm second to last playing 4 and 5. Guess 2, that's 3 and 6. Oh, that's you, Marisa. Sorry.
You got saddled with the bad bag here.
Yeah, all right. Dad Perry Park North at 5 p.m. The angriest team of the week. KBC Tropics at the Woost.
You don't want to talk about that?
We've got.
Well, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, you guys have never played. Yeah,
We're not talking about it. Anyways.
you guys have never played Boost, right?
You don't know. I have a message from the Woost. They said, KBC, you can't be first, but you can be next.
I don't know.
That's from an anonymous source. Don't worry about it. It's
Probably-
Ric Flair. God damn
It
it.
was probably Jolly.
Come on.
It was probably the other Sean, Jolly.
No, it
The
was Ric
SCA.
Flair. He said that.
Okay.
Come on.
No, Jolly would say that. Jolly would
yeah.
say that.
I think we're
Wrong
also
Sean.
in unanimous agreement that KBC is the team most likely to complain about the field that they play on Monday.
Oh, it's by far. It's KBC. It's because for
What
me.
inning does it become the loudest?
The bottom of the
I was
first.
gonna say-
Bottom of the first, yes.
Do we make it 3?
As soon as KBC has to chase a Woost kick down the slope or something like that,
God.
it's over
Oh,
after that.
It looks pretty flat. I hope so, Commish. But I'm hoping that the Tropics are going to be fine against Woost. I know, obviously, Dan's there, Jeremy's there, Matthew's there, Escobar. Really good people, really good players. But hopefully the Tropics will hold it down. I think they'll be fine, honestly. What? Yeah, whatever. All right,
here we go.
There we go. Your name, sir?
All right, what's
Your
up?
name, sir? Your name, sir?
My name is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I play for the Woost.
Hi, Jeff from Woost.
I think the grass field's going to be a great equalizer. I know KBC's up on that upswing, but we're back to full strength, which means we have like 45 people coming out since the Woost got
Only 45?
Only 45. Yeah, we're like switching 4 people in a spot, but we're going to make it work. And Dan's due for one. Dan's due for a big kick. He's been, I think, last time he played, he was like 1 for 4 and he fouled out. So. You know he's going to be angry. He'll be back. We're gonna get a couple on him. I'm gonna say we're gonna win by 2. Woost by 2.
Let me just say this: if that's the case about Dan, then that does it. The Chen Halls and Ryan, 2 words, just like the Lion King. Be prepared. Be prepared.
Dad Perry Park North at 7 p.m. Arbar at Sacred Sword. Our third and last pick'em of the week. Cougar, why don't you lead off?
I'll start it off. Hi,
You
Clay.
take the bad will.
You know what? Clay, you're a good guy. But you know what? There's something about Sacred Sword and their youth. Something about Sacred their youth, got me thinking maybe they got something. Because those kids, maybe they're due for something big. And I know you're a good team. Mini upset, I'm going to go with the kids. Go with the Sword. There, I'm going to say it. I love you too, Clay. I'm going Sword.
I think Cougar's in his wings here. I'm going with Arbar.
Oh, those damn wings. Those fucking wings. That's face melter wings. God, they're spicy. My
Yeah,
God.
I would. If Sacred Sword wins this week, then I don't know. Watch out. That's a big come up from when they started the season.
Second year of those kids? Yeah, those kids, yeah. I do. Well, sometimes I love the kids. No, I don't love the kids. Look at my team in front of me. Those kids, ugh. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cougar definitely is more of a Michigan State kind of guy.
Hey, wait a second! Hold on! Whoa! Wait a minute!
Yeah.
Michigan State. Fuck you.
Call you Larry.
Whatever. Go blue. Forever and always. Trey Burke, by the way, Ryan Pendry. Yeah, I know. Trey Burke. That's right. Go ahead. Sorry.
I
So
was getting confused because Michigan has kind of a Spartan championship record over the past I don't know how many years.
Really? What's that? 65-7. 65-7. Shut
nowhere near as many L's in court, though.
up. That's nice. Thank you, UNC fan. 30-year anniversary of the timeout. Just keep twisting the knife. Twisting the knife. I know, Clay. I deserve. That's true. That's true. Who's next? Bryson. Somebody.
Okay, so I've played Sacred Sword. I haven't played Arbar.
Arbar!
So the house I live in now was Clay's before, and his cat pissed everywhere. So I kind of have to say. Okay, no, I don't want to get hurt, but
R-bar by lifted leg.
Arbar by lifted leg. I will. Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh my gosh.
My take, I think last year my first game on Post House was against R-Bar in their first year, and we run rolled them like 24-0 pretty quickly. But it's been impressive to watch. Like when we played them, I didn't think they were that bad, and watching them get better, like I think the R-Bar is going to win this game. I refuse to believe a team with this much energy cannot, in some way, shape, or form, convert this into kickball skills. So, rooting for them. That's all I got to say.
Sean?
Let's go ahead and read something. I need to build up some goodwill here. If you're looking for a kickball pregame party before your next two games, our bar will have live music on the patio the next 2 Saturday nights. Carswell and Hope will be this Saturday after the Kifa Clinic at 7:30 p.m. And the Dirty Bourbon Band will play on the 24th at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Come party on the patio at our bar.
What's the address?
610 Florida Street.
There you go.
With that being said, I hope I built up enough goodwill because I have played the Baker. I'm sorry, not the Baker soccer team. No, it is the Baker soccer team. We've played Sacred Sword. And for your sake, I hope that they stop bunning. That's all I'm going to say. That don't mean shit. They are fast, and that's their natural element.
There's also no goal in kickball.
Yeah, well, good luck. I'm gonna go with sword.
You can't deny Clay. He's already wearing like
So me and
what,
Sean
what
go
looks
sword,
like
the kids.
a Super Bowl ring.
I've
But
never
I think
wanted
he's
to be more wrong in my life ever,
Yeah.
but those kids are.
Hope we can deal with kids well there,
Something.
Clay. Brian, hope we can deal with kids.
They're very aggressive base runners. They're
What's
very,
that?
very aggressive base runners.
Aggressive
Not the
base
very
runners.
patience
Yeah.
and-
We're aggressive house sellers and wingmakers. Let's go.
Thank you, Clay.
Well, Clay, I think you need to come let us know how this game's gonna go.
This is Sacred Sword when it was still Arthur Pendragon before it was King Arthur. He's still getting beat up by his
All right,
brother.
admittedly, I did ref this game, and those kids are fucking fast.
Can I just
There
very
is a-
quickly say that while we love Clay, he may not entirely speak for this establishment as a whole.
That's fair. That's fair. That's right. I mostly yell
Good
for
disclaimer.
it and behave badly in its name. Yeah. Well, okay. This kid named Colby is fucking fast, like really fucking fast. But half those children play with sneakers on, okay? And we're gonna have everybody back next week. We got Brian Johnson. That's America's real estate agent. Do you need a home in this environment? I mean, it's not a question of can you afford to buy a house. It's can you afford not to buy a house with Brian Johnson?
And are you hungry?
as your
'Cause then
fucking real
come to
estate
our bar
agent,
for the
or
tacos and the
as
chicken.
your left fielder because he is fucking filthy. God damn, I said God damn. And right next to him is Dre. Dre exercises professionally at like 9 different establishments. He's fast as fuck.
I heard that everybody
I'll put
forgot
this
about
Colby
Dre.
kid on the line against Dre any goddamn day. Okay? Dre used to box before he put his gloves up so he could fucking run for the R-Bar and fucking patio team. And thank God, I'm going to be gone. That helps. Okay? And my wife will be here. That helps more. Okay? Sarah fucking Statham. That's my fucking wife. Let's go! Let's fucking go. So here's the deal. We're going to let our craftiness, our age, our wisdom, okay, and our cleats, most of all, help us on the grass against these slippery sneaker kids. And we'll see what fucking happens. Now, If we lose to the Sacred Sword, who somehow killed all their players except for 2 people, the captain and one other guy who almost got in a fight with Sarah last year, and then they recruited like a bunch of 20-year-olds, maybe we lose to this team. Maybe we do. But we'll see them in the fucking tournament. Harper! Let's fucking go! And the Sacred Sword doesn't even sell fucking food, so fuck them. Okay?
I kind of feel like somebody call FanDuel. We can get a Dad Perry Park the Dads win parlay going. All the old teams. Soda Jerks, JDE, Woost, and R-Bar. It's the Dad Perry Dad parlay. Father's Day Park. Yeah, beautiful. Love it. Thank you, Aaron.
We're in trouble, Ryan.
South Park at 5 p.m. Man, that was a big mistake. Harpies at Kansas Tree Care. The eat, sleep, the streak continues.
Ow.
Oh!
Hold on.
I'll say this. I have a take.
Go.
I'm a firm believer that if a team is up, like, especially a good team is up like 6 or 7 after like 6 innings, anything that happens afterwards doesn't count. And so if Harbor scores like a sad run, I don't think that counts. Harpies, scores a sad run, that doesn't count against my shutout because they.
I'm pretty sure the year before you were on, what was Geezers before you joined?
Channel 6. But I was on Channel 6 for a year.
The year where you guys came back by like down 14 or 15 runs?
15
Love Garden? Yeah, I was on the team that year.
Yeah.
15 runs.
So what are you talking
that
about?
That didn't count.
No, we came back in the 3rd inning.
No.
No, there was
I'm saying like we started coming back in the 3rd inning.
But you were already down
I'm
15.
Saying,
it didn't count.
I'm saying I'm saying after like 7 innings. If a team is up 10 runs after 7 innings, especially a good team, look what Global did like 2 weeks ago. Like they stopped trying. That's what we all do. We stopped trying. My take is Harpies will not score a meaningful run in this game. That's all I have to say.
Kansas Tree Care.
Kansas Tree Care. Not KTC. Hey, real quickly, I will say that Harpies do keep it close against Kansas Tree Care. These past 2 years, they have not been blown out. The final score was like 8-2 or something like that. They have kept it close. 6-3 or something like that. So they have kept it close. Will they get shut out?
No.
Unlikely. Could happen. Especially without Davis, with a separated shoulder. That's a big loss.
Weird field. It's going to be like 12-2, and a bum is going to steal the ball in the 6th inning, and nobody's going to know what to do.
Freaking South, yeah. Shut out by, all right, if you have a point, we'll see, Bryson. Okay.
Oh, right. Hey, so just so we can squeeze in some action here, Bryson, can I get some odds on that shutout?
Ooh.
I think like plus 300, plus 400 for me at least.
All right, plus 250, $10.
Deal.
All right.
Shake on it.
War bums using pizza.
By the way,
do they have to shake when it's actually
888 bets off. 888 bets off. If you have a gambling problem, 888 bets off.
No such thing, Cougar. Yeah, it's
if you have a
legal.
gambling problem, I'm just saying.
But no matter how much money you bet, you're not bringing Michael Jordan's dad back.
Jesus.
He was really good at baseball for a year.
That's just dark. That's dark.
I'm interested in what this next game's all about.
Fucker. Wow.
South Park at 7 p.m. Love Garden at the D-Holes. This is going to be a really good game.
Love Garden at is it Dirty Holes? What's the holes for?
What?
I think it's
Making Cougar blush.
Yeah. I think it's donut holes.
That's like 4 more shakes all at once.
Yeah, none of them because of my team. That's weird.
All right, let's see if we can get 2 more. All right, Cougar.
What? What is it?
Oh, no, I lost it. What's white, sticky, and better to spit than swallow?
What?
Toothpaste?
That's nice. That's great.
Wait.
Why y'all hate me?
But here's one I want to flashback. Do you remember what the Alaskan pipeline is?
I remember you talking about this Alaskan pipeline with that stupid weekly thing about these sexual innuendo shit.
I think you blocked that.
What was it again? Look, if anyone will look up on Wikipedia, what's the Alaskan pipeline?
It's not on the Wikipedia. You'll know what the real
You
Alaskan
can look like on
pipeline
Urban.
is.
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary. That's your friend Coog.
Yeah, Cougar self-blocked himself from Urban Dictionary. Yeah, we were talking about kickball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Hobbs Park, there's a team playing at 7 p.m. by the name of Red Lion at the Honey Badgers.
Oh,
Oh, I have something for this. So, a wise man once said, "You keep your peace with the enemies, not your friends." Sorry, I'm Game of Thrones in here.
I didn't watch the series, so I don't know. But was it last year that you guys got your butts beat by?
Yeah, we lost bad
to Honey Badgers, both in the Twain and also in the regular season.
Yeah, I think we're still short people this week too. So I'll give Honey Badgers the edge here.
And they're pissed. They're pissed after that big loss against Johnny's. Bryson?
Yeah, no, I'm glad Ben just suckered up and accepted it. I mean, I think Badgers are going to beat it. Like, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I almost got in a fight with like half the Red Lion fans last year in their playoff game against Johnny's because I said it out loud. But like, Red Lion is better than 27, 28 teams in the league pretty easily at kickball. But the problem is Father Time's undefeated and speed kills, as you guys say up here. And like, Honey Badgers are like the type of team that just kills a few things that Red Lion's not good at, and like just not a good matchup for them. So I think Honey Badger's probably pretty easy in this.
Well, we won the game the previous year handily.
Yeah, 2 years is a lot of time, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but speed kills, which is why I'm going to feed Honey Badgers a bunch of speed before the game.
Yeah, I think
Kids don't do that.
Let's see how fast they run when they need a.
Bye, guys. Bye, Tropics. See you guys.
Bye, kids.
Yeah, I don't think that loss sat really well with the Badgers. And then, unluckily, they had to sit out due to some rain this last Sunday. I don't think it's going to be lopsided by any means, but I'm not going to be surprised if the Badgers do win 15-3, 15-4, something in that range.
So, just so I'm clear, Ben is pulling the Cougar card, where he's not going for his team. He's going for the other team. Is that what I'm hearing?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to invite Kenny and his entire team out to. I mean, it is a 7 o'clock game, and usually we have to be there at 5 to ref. So I'm just going to ask them out 2 hours early, start drinking heavily, both teams, and see who plays better drunk.
That's.
It's not cup in hand; it's in your drink. Kickball.
Yeah. By the way, I mentioned it on the chat there. Who's better, like Rafael Nadal at the French Open clay or Red Lion at alcohol intake? He said too close to call. I agree. They're both really good.
I think Honey Badgers has a little bit more speed, though, and a lot more agility. I watch. As long as Ben doesn't have to play, like he said, there's a bunch of people who are not. That didn't happen. There's a bunch of people that are going to be gone, which means he might have to play out in the field the entire time. Which, whenever we
I want to see
him,
Ben at third.
Ben at third.
Ben at third.
Wow.
He's got too tiny hands.
Never
to throw
be at
anything from
first.
third.
I have 2 skills, and third base utilizes neither of them.
Oh my god.
I'm a tool player, man.
Tool player.
Last but not least, our game of the week for week 4, part 2. Post House at Lawrence Shirt Factory.
If this was 10 years ago, it would be the game of the week, like all season. But that was 10 years ago. Ugh.
That's on the bingo card. Just saying.
What's that?
Yeah,
the bingo card. Yeah.
That's a spot right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be awesome. That'd been one hell of a game of the week.
Although it is, while sad to see, it's kind of like one of those you get to meet your idols and watch them as they slowly enter the rest home. And it's kind of sad watching your love affair with Lawrence Shirt Factory die such a miserable death.
Here we go again.
It was like one day it was there and another it wasn't. Almost very Taylor Swift-esque.
You're comparing me with Shirt Factory and Taylor Swift? What?
Well, I mean, in that you're writing the love songs where you're just shitting all over Shirt Factory now. So it's kind of interesting to see.
I'm not shitting over Shirt Factory. That's not true.
When was the last time you picked Shirt Factory to win?
Against Red Legs.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I did.
Okay, I'm wrong. There's one.
No. Well, check the tape. I did. Yeah.
Okay.
But against Harpies, no, they weren't going to be Harpies. No. No.
You know, with Post House, there's something to be said about training year-round. Like, what I used to tell my team whenever we would do practices, I would say no one is good enough on our team to not practice. And Post House seems like, I mean, they've got their 365 or, they travel year-round, but they're also, I don't know if it's called 365, I'm sorry. But I also see them in Kansas City on Wednesdays playing in a different league that's like small ball, that like city leagues kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't see people from Shirt Factory playing year-round doing things. So there's something, I think, Post House.
Well, here's the thing. What's funny, even back in the heyday, Marisa, when they're dominant teams, they never played all year round. They never did. They just play kickball on Sundays, and that's it.
Well, they do now, and it's going to show up at Game of the Week.
Well, it's like they didn't do back then. They didn't need to.
Yeah, but back then, were there a lot of people actually playing all year round?
Was around back then, was it? I have no idea.
More became
someone
a thing
like Cal would
after
tell me. Still.
All I heard was 365 killed Shirt Factory.
Oh, so
Cougar, I'll just say like this: wake up! It's 2023. The game of kickball has evolved, just like all sports evolve and all things evolve. Hold up, strike three. Let's go! I just cashed my bet. Sorry.
88 bets off.
I had $140 on that.
Bets off.
So, anyways, my take is that like it's not a matter. Shirt Factory was good, very good, very very good at a different style of kickball. Like it's just.
There's another thing. A lot of them retired.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. 4 of the main pillars, they've all retired.
Correct.
Like
but
old age.
You don't retire when you're still winning. That nobody in the
they're old. They're old.
Okay.
No, they're old.
Again, you're proving my point. Nobody retires when they're still winning. So my point here is that like I like playing Shirt Factory because like at a bare minimum they're not going to beat themselves, which is like at least fun to play. But like we won really good revenge spot for us. I think. I actually think Johnny's was actually not a good revenge spot for us. But I think Shirt Factory, perfect revenge spot. I'm saying us by 10 plus.
Well, here's someone on Post House, my former teammate. There's Darian. Hi, Darian.
Hey, how's it going?
Yep.
I just want to say I'm super excited to play. This is my first game of the week.
Love you, man. Hope you don't shit the bed under the lights.
I won't. Haven't yet, but excited to play. Post House has some good things for the fans in the stands, so we've been working on it all week and things like that. So just super excited. Free what?
Free houses.
Free houses? What?
Not free houses, but I think they were saying something about free Jello shots. So.
Oh yeah.
That's
non-alcoholic.
Bryson, when was the last time you played Game of the Week? Was it?
Yep. By the way, Darian, he'll be fine. He learned the opposite of me as captain of the Mahomes, so he's fine.
Yeah.
He learned the opposite of me. He's fine.
It'll be fun. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Darian. Good luck, man.
All right, so that wraps up the upcoming slate for this week. Cougar, I know that you had some discussion questions
How
for
much
us.
did you win there, Bryson?
$100.
$100. Hey. All right.
All right,
So
here's the first
that
discussion
$10
question.
2.5
Here's
to 1
first one. It's a simple one. How is the first base interference rule working out for everyone? How does everybody like it? Not like it? What? That's the first rule.
The rule hasn't officially changed. All they did was add an 8-foot line. The rule is the same in every other aspect.
Oh, okay.
So it's just visually appealing now. So now you can just visually see when you're fucking up.
Yeah, it looks better to curse the refs on replay.
Any discussion questions here?
Yeah, I just want to say I like the line. I know there's been missed calls. There's going to be calls, but I'm a big fan of the line just in the general aspect that like in theory there's no discussion anymore. Like you either were or were not past the line, and the person was or was not in your way. Like I used to hate the whole like only his arms were in the way and like you didn't need to slow down. Like I like the whole line concept. My only take is that I feel like I've seen at least one time this year where it was like called that somebody was over the line when they weren't, but that's semantics. So
yeah, it's meant to take the objectivity out of the call, and I'd say just like any officiating in any given game, it's 50-50. So can't say that it's really increased or decreased, but at least it's giving someone a moral compass to look at when they're making the call.
Yeah, so if I can give a little insight. So I played kickball, but I've never played baseball, and everyone's like, oh, well, do you know baseball rules? Fuck no, I don't know baseball rules, not at all. This actually helps me with, like, knowing what the orange bag and the white bag, like foul, things like that, what's not supposed to be there. So like for someone who didn't know the rules coming into into the games and stuff, like this would have been helpful in 2017 when I first started. So it would have been like, oh, now I can help, coach my team on like what to do, what not to do, and when to grab for the ball. And if you're past that line, okay, keep your hands to yourself, and hopefully your right fielder is actually doing what a right fielder should do. But that's what I just like, not knowing anything baseball rule related. I actually appreciate it. So thank you, board.
Good. Anecdotally, it seems like there are fewer serious arguments going on. But just to be a contrarian, I'm going to say fuck all this shit. Let's bring back full contact kickball.
Oh God, full contact. All right, so here's a question. All right,
hold on. Before we get to the next discussion question, what?
I'm talking about who would be the best, like a full contact kickball. Who would be the best in the league?
Oh,
really, Clayton? You do a full contact kickball, Clay? Really?
Yeah, because wings are basically just throwing bows.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Hannah.
Who's the biggest team?
Who's the biggest team? Probably Post House. I think
I'm
probably
gonna
the best.
say Boost because they have like 45 people. He just said it online.
No, biggest. No, I talking size, not like the numbers.
Win by numbers.
Size.
Yeah, playing Wiz is like playing Diablo on the hardest.
Yeah, but he's a dad. He's a dad. I will. He knows.
Yeah, I think it's probably Post House or Johnny's.
Yeah.
That feels like the most meat there.
I'll say Post House probably the best.
Leave it up to the men to have it in a girth type thing. I was just meaning like in size in general.
Yeah. It was like hockey's with like the lines.
Speaking of which, I just want to make a quick comment about Asteroid Head. Throwing into the mix how difficult it is to predict how they're going to do in a given week. They had like fucking 40 people in their dugout at Game of the Week, and I looked in there and I was like, well, this is not going to go well.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, so if I could also go on the opposite aspect of knowing like now what the biggest team means, and it just is like a male-generated thing. So what's the biggest team on a female side or like a non-binary side? Because I'm sorry, Sarah Riley has been looking ripped, and I never want to play against her because she's got like really big muscles, and like Jessica over there, and I know Cal, she's out of here, but also Lauren over here, she's always lifting weights, and I'm just like, so what's the biggest team on the female side?
The ladies? I don't know.
I think you called him.
Yeah.
We got Alicia.
Like that's a dream team.
Alicia, yeah. Also, any team that Lauren sponsors.
I wouldn't go on Abby's bad side either.
I wouldn't go into anybody's backside. What the fuck are you talking about?
He said bad side.
Not bad side.
Yeah, we probably have the tallest, biggest female, Alicia, for sure. And then Abby, who we took from Red Leg, she's also a beast. She's just athletic in general.
So before we get to the next discussion question, good Lord. Don't forget this coming Saturday, 2 p.m. at Hobbs Park.
Oh,
we
yes.
have our Kickball is for All clinic. That's going to be followed up Tuesday as well by the HIFAcast on Tuesday night for the podcast.
Best podcast of the year.
A big thank you to Sano Massage and Wellness, Find Fitness, Young Spine and Joint, Empire Bar and Billiards, Nourish Training, Learner Real Estate, and Up to 11 Productions. Those are all of our all-inclusive sponsors for Kifa this year. Probably the most fun that you'll have at a Kickball Diamond all summer, without question.
Absolutely.
Get out there, check it out, 2 p.m. at Hobbs Park. There's all sorts of awesome drills. There's going to be a scrimmage afterwards, a big barbecue. Always the...
Santa will be there with $1 a minute massages.
Nice.
Arguably one of the best
What did you just
parts.
say?
Santa will be there with $1
Santa?
Sano Massage and Wellness.
Fuck. Okay.
Also, Cougar will be there with $1 a minute massages.
What the hell?
Different kind of physical therapy.
No.
Jello has to be included.
The odd thing is that Cougar's paying you $1 per minute. He's like, just let me touch you.
They're Jello-style Asian wrestling massages.
Ooh, I've seen
Incorrect.
documentaries about that.
Incorrect. No. Stop.
All right, Cougar, what's that next discussion
Next
question?
question. Who is the fourth best team in the league in the following list? Johnny's, Love Garden, Harpies, or Honey Badgers? No, it's not R-Bar. Love you too, Clay. Number 4, between Harpies, Love Garden, Honey Badgers, and what did I miss?
Johnny's.
Johnny's, thank you. You use Harpies?
Yeah, I had
You think it's
G
Harpies
too.
number 4?
I feel like, despite what happened week 1, I still feel like it might be Love Garden or Johnny's.
I mean, I think it's Love Garden pretty. I mean, I think Johnny's is actually like right.
They've already lost twice. Love Garden's already lost twice in them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to sit here and just like belabor.
Peter, what's that strength of
'cause
schedule, Mr. Wizard?
What's that for who?
For Love? You
I
said
mean,
Love
that doesn't
Garden's
mean
lost
anything.
twice?
What's
My
that?
take is that I don't mean to sit here and like slander the Harpies because they are like probably the 6th best team, but like, dude, like, I'm sorry if you're playing in a close game with JDE. Dude,
I agree with you.
You're not the 4th best team. In the
I
league, dude.
100%
Like,
agree with you.
You're just not like.
Agree.
If you look, we did like. Don't get me wrong. Avery and Josh were gone. We beat them 24-1, dude. Like it's one of the, it's like we said. There's levels to it, and like my take is Harpies are right behind it, and they're not there. And like they can beat them, sure, any given Sunday, but they're not the 4th best team in the league.
So real quick, if you care, like the Harpies have the toughest strength of schedule preseason that does, and then let's see, Honey Badgers is 5th, Love Garden 6th, and Johnny's was 7th. With that being said, I agree with you. I don't think Harpies should be number 4 because you're right. A close game, a game against JDE, that's a big red flag if you're going to be the 4th best team. And look, Grant he's a really good player and a lot of kids, but how many of these kids are really going to merge to basically the big time games? You're going to go bet them against Johnny's, Love Garden, or Honey Badgers? My answer is no. My answer is no. And someone like Grant who played honestly his worst game of the week, you do against those 3 teams, they'll get killed by those 3 teams. Again, Johnny Denver experience, they're barely a top 10 team. So I'm with you that Harpies is not on that list. No. I don't know how you feel about
I tend to agree pretty much. Love Gardens, by and far, at least right now at this point in the season, miles apart from who I'd separate them. Next would be Johnny's.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Badgers before the Harpies.
I agree with you.
We had Love Garden Johnny's in the quarterfinal last year, right?
Yeah,
and I think Love Garden barely that they're
And
together. They're together, and I think
when those levels come into play, it's just that they're so far I wouldn't say so far separated because that's an unfair descriptor for the rankings of where they're at. But when it comes down to big games, when it comes down to must-win games, Love Garden's got miles of experience and current status above any of the 3.
Yeah,
right, but,
I agree.
But here's the thing about the Harpies is that the honeymoon's over. They were elite. 2 years ago, made the semifinal, lost to Kansas Tree Care. Okay, great. Now the target was on the back last year. 6-4, okay season, and they got beat by 8 runs in the quarterfinals to Post House. So the honeymoon's over. It's like you're supposed to be one of the best teams or elite teams. You got to show it. They're no longer young. They're here long enough. The Harpies, those kids, aren't their kids anymore. They're veterans.
But to be fair, if you're talking about the honeymoon's over, maybe when speaking about the Cup, but if you're talking something like the Twain, then they should be perennial contenders at that point. Because if you're going off of past precedent, you just said that they dropped out of the tournament each year to the number 1 and number 2 teams. Yeah, they're there, but they can't compete at that top 4, top 5 level.
Right.
So the honeymoon's not necessarily over for the middle of the tier or where they're appropriately ranked almost at the beginning and end of each of the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It seems like they've played above the level that they probably should have to then lose out and not even have a chance to play on Championship Sunday.
Yeah. That's fair.
So, it's kind of another unfair descriptor, but they're caught in that whirlwind of being in this league a 8 to 15 team that it doesn't matter once you get to the tournament. You could really do well and then crash and burn and have nothing to show for it, or
Sure.
you could cruise through and get a title a la the way the Honey Badgers did last
Sure,
year.
yeah.
Now, not necessarily cruising by any means, but not only playing to the level that they were expected,
Yeah.
but beating a team that was above their level last year and bringing home their first championship.
And like I said, Honey Badgers got beat pretty handily against JDE.
Yes.
Surprisingly, yeah. So,
And that was their one outlier last year as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they didn't have any other games where I think they lost by more than 6.
all right. Here's another. Which fresh blood will break in the top 10 by the end of the season? Any fresh blood to break in the top 10?
Who's is KBC fresh blood? Are you?
Second year of the league. If you want to call it fresh blood, yeah, sure. It's the second year they rushed rerun.
I mean, yeah, I'd say I think you guys. I mean, who's the 10th best team? JD. We're gonna unanimously agree.
Yeah.
JD, like the JD Red Legs area, basically.
I like Sure Factory in that area, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys could, but I think the problem there is that you run into the back end, you probably are good enough, but you don't. The experience matters in kickball,
Sure, of
and
course.
especially it really matters when you're playing against a team that's experienced. Last year, you guys were up 10-0 on Red Lion, and they just marched back, and it's that probably doesn't happen this year. If you put yourself in that same situation this year, it's probably not happening. It's a big game about learning. So I think you guys could. Besides that, I mean, does anyone have a chance? I don't think anybody's close.
And that wouldn't even be fresh blood. It really is a question do you think Cork or Free State or 23rd Street or KBC or another team like that,
break
maybe
in,
Jazz
yeah.
House, will break into the top 10?
Yeah. I mean, if
I do
you're
not
picking
think Ghost will, but maybe next year.
If you're picking a dark horse, I'd go with Jazz House. But if
Sure,
you're going
sure.
for the most sure thing out of that group, for me, it's easily KBC. They have that opportunity and ability to take the next step.
I hope
but
KBC
it's-
doesn't lose on grass this week, because if D-Holes wins the rest of the games they're supposed to, then that KBC D-Holes game could be a broach into the top 10 at the end of the season.
Week 9, yeah.
And I'll say about KBC Tropics, fun fact, I offered Cougar my services to play for KBC Tropics, and I'll tell you this, we reevaluate. You put me on KBC Tropics, they're a top 10 team. Promise you that.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. What other fresh? Predicting any Week 10 flex matchups? That's
I would love to talk about that.
Here's the matchup I want to see. Basically for the memes. Red Line Post House. That's what I want to see. I want to get my popcorn ready and get my easy chair and just watch it. The most contentious rivalry in all of KVKL history. Post House v. Red Lion. Contentious.
Bryson, if we play Week 10, how many runs are you giving me?
11.5 probably.
I just said we're a good game. I just want to be there for the memes. I want to be there for the memes, just for contentions. They'll just trash talk each other. Because guess what? There's no love lost between those two teams.
Yeah.
Don't invite those two to a holiday
I have some beef with Nevervee. I'm not going to speak about that beef.
Oh dear.
I would love to play them.
Lion? Okay.
But I mean, I like Nevervee as a person, but he knows what he did, and that's kickball related. That I would love to play them. I'll tell you this: Lauren, you're right there. Katie, you're right there. Sean, you're right there. Cal, you're across the room. Give me the fucking Harpies, please. I beg you. Either give them to me Week 10 or give them to me in the
Post
playoffs.
House versus Harpies.
I want to play the Harpies so fucking
Rematch.
bad. That's all I
You
have
guys
to say.
killed them by 8 runs in the quarterfinals.
No, we should have beat them by more. Simon,
You're right. I read that game.
Simon let me sit out one inning and we gave up 3 runs.
I remember. I
Let me
read
play
that
them
game.
again.
You guys killed them. You killed them.
How much are you going to donate to do it?
$500. Give me the Harpies Week 10.
Done.
$500.
Done.
Don't give into it. No prize.
To the
Don't
league.
do it.
To the
Don't do
league.
it. No, don't do it.
I will.
No prize.
If
no.
Red Lion plays Post House, I'll donate $10 for every run we lose by. Also, I think you guys probably would be favored by 11.5. But I think Nevervee is good for at least 3 points. His mouth alone is good for 3 points.
That's why I would be there for the memes. Just to hear Nevervee and Simon go at each other. I just be in my easy chair and my popcorn.
If you're talking about Week 10 and memes, there's only one matchup that this league deserves.
Oh, here we go. The Sean Wars.
And that is
There we
the Scoonies
go.
versus Posh
Yep,
Wash.
the Sean Wars back.
Because I want to see more people spelling their names right. I want to see more sunglasses be replaced off of easy pop-ups. And I want to see more tears squirted when Poshwash waxes the Scoonies again.
Oh, my gosh. The Sean Wars are back.
I'll back that up. I'll say, like, I don't want to say it's, like, concrete, but, like, I have a strong take that, like, protected rivalries for Week 10 is honestly a better concept than, like, the market. Like, I think the marquee matchup thing is one of the best ideas the board's had in my six. Like, I love that, where it's, like, it's giving the flexibility to answer every question we can have, but, like, respectfully, Sean, and both Seans, I'm friends with you both. Both your teams suck. You're not going to win the league. Having you guys play a protected rivalry game is honestly, like, better content, better, like, for the league than, like, you figuring out who's 31st or 32nd. You disagree. I mean, it's like, even if they're having a good season and you're having a bad season, like, watching it, you're talking about biggest rivalries of all time. Like, this is a community-based league, and, like, I do think a protected rivalry is better for the sake of the league on Week 10 than, like, figuring out who's the 30th or 31st best team. So,
hey, just counterpoint. It is a community-based league. How much hardware do you have? How much hardware does Sean have?
Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Wait.
Got
I was also going to say, community-based, can you also talk about our charity that's this year?
That charity is Baby J's Legacy of Hope.
And that's what you guys are gambling on, right? Keep going.
Yes. You can check them out at babyjslegacy.org online. All of our funds that we are raising this year are going to be going to Baby J's Legacy. So very proud about that, happy about that. That's going to be going to families and victims or children who are facing pediatric cancer. So definitely something that we're very happy to be involved with this year as well. So, Cougar, I think that just about does it. Thankfully, we're going to tap out on your discussion questions. Everything's going to be answered on Sunday.
It's all gravy, especially when it's coming from Cougar.
Yeah.
question. One last thing. Do we think we'll have any 4th of July weekend forfeits?
Well, I mean, considering it's not the 4th of July yet, there shouldn't be.
Well, I'm saying like 4th of July weekend. We're looking into the future. I'm spoiler alert. I will be gone next week. I will be in the middle of the ocean, so I will not be able to talk
not
about
if
this
you
next
put
week.
that 140 you just won towards your debt.
Oh my God.
Good one. But no, yeah. I just wanted to ask, like, do you? I think someone's going to forfeit 4th of July weekend. 100%. I'll take that. 100%.
Derek.
Oh yeah, giving people a heads up in the world, but forfeit. I'm calling it right now.
I'm going no forfeits at all. I think everybody comes.
Yeah, we pay for 10 weeks. We want to play 10 weeks.
Yeah. Even the teams that historically have problems with roster are apparently still making it. So,
Making up.
Yeah. I mean, Dumbbells had 12, 13 people last week, and they started the first 2 weeks with 8. So I think we'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why are you wanting to forfeit? I mean, seriously, I think everyone's always talking about, oh, people forfeiting. No one has to forfeit. You can grab someone off a field here. But I'm just wondering, so are you telling us that you're going to forfeit at one point? Oh, should we take the over or under? Whether or not.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance they'd win if you guys forfeit. might still not.
Submit a legal roster.
I know.
God.
Bryson,
All right,
I would have
Cougar.
loved to bet you guys not to win the ship, but since I already picked you, don't let me down, man. All right? Like,
Another
I got money on this.
Another big thank you to Bar, our gracious host tonight, right down here at 610 Florida Street, donating 5% of all the sales tonight to the charity fund. Cougar, it's time to wrap it up, so go ahead and take us out.
This is your song from last Saturday.
And we'll see you all next Tuesday, same time, from a location that is undisclosed, the best podcast of the year, Kiva Cast.
Yeah. Thank you, Marisa. Thank you, Bryson. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Cougar. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Arbar.
Thank you, Arbar. Thank you, Katie, sound maiden.